What's up, Rockstars? I am Michael, and you are watching Game Brigade. Today we are covering Age of Rome, so stay tuned for that.
Okay, so as I said, my name is Bryan, and we're talking Age of Rome. Really, should you back? Is it worth it? So we're going to be breaking down the campaign, talking about the gameplay mechanics, give you some of my thoughts about my experience playing this game, kind of give you a little bit of my review, and then we're going to talk about the pledge levels and whether or not we would recommend backing this game, because this might help you make your final decision. So with that, let's go ahead and hit the campaign Age of Rome live right now on Kickstarter. So about 14 days left to go in the campaign. And before we get too far, I do want to say that we have something special planned for the end of this video. So if you are entitled to watch an entire video, you might get treated to something. So with that, let's keep moving along. So what is Age of Rome? If I were to explain this game to someone. Worker placement, medium weight, thematic, beautiful art, with asymmetrical hero powers, light asymmetrical hero powers, I would say. Age of Rome is a worker placement game where players will be sending out their agents or their senators to take actions within the region that is in front of them at that time to build either territories, send their agents on sabotage missions, or do an action based on the buildings there. What's interesting about Age of Rome, what makes Age of Rome stand out beyond other games, is that it has a tile laying system where up front, there's not many spots for you to place your agents, your workers. You have to build those spots up. But the factor that changes Age of Rome over other types of games in the similar genre is that the board will rotate each round. So the buildings that you're constructing, the worker placement spots you build will rotate, and now you are going to have your opponent's starting location or whatever they have, and you have to utilize what they have now built upon. So it's a really interesting dynamic. Which is also interesting is I've played this game multiple times now at 3-player. Obviously, there's 4 sections. So one of these sections is not going to have a player starting with it. So it's not going to have anyone building on it at the beginning of the game. So when that gets spun to you, it changes a lot of dynamics in terms of the gameplay. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a really fun experience. So that is at a high level Age of Rome. Let's kind of scroll down here throughout the campaign. In fact, let's take a look at what Jesse says from Quackalope. Age of Rome is a beautiful, accessible, and unique take on a worker placement game or genre. Completely agree. Beautiful. I think the art of Age of Rome is one of the top art directions I've seen in a long time. Clean, elegant, very easy on the eyes. Primo. Accessible. I agree with that as well. The game is light and to a point where it's easy to teach. But meaty enough that it gives the players a good sense of that they have some agency in the decision making. We'll talk about that a little further. The moving board, play interaction, and city development kept me engaged and wanting to play again and again. I agree with that completely as well. I talk about that with my unboxing video that I really enjoyed the way the game moved, the way it interacted with the players. It was engaging and it made me want to come back and play it again and again. So Alex says, there's something satisfying about the progression in Age of Rome, watching everything grow as you try to take advantage of your own personal gains. I think that's kind of a higher level look at the Age of Rome. Don't think he's wrong. I think it is interesting as you're building up your empire of Rome, because all the players are collectively building up Rome. Seeing the different structures come up and how they change the gameplay flow is interesting. So what? Again, we talk about it. They have a great breakdown of how this game works and a lot of mechanics, such as the spinning board, the different player boards, the asymmetrical powers, and how these characters have not only different starting values in terms of their income, they have different powers that they can utilize to affect the other players. There is a little bit of take that in Age of Rome that I didn't find it was that oppressive or intrusive. When there's take that in a game, in a board game, if it's repeatable and able to consistently be done to me and hurt me in a way that makes it hard for me to function, it becomes unfun. But Age of Rome works in a way that you can only have so much take that done to you. So here's an example. You see this player, he has 3 of those black markers. That means he's only able to have 1 more black marker placed on that player board. I wish it would just stop. I just gotta want to pause it here. But once you have all 4 of those markers black, not another player can do another take that action for you. And the way you clear those markers is you take that action against your opponent, and you take one of your black little threat markers and you place that on their board. So it's a little interesting mechanic because it protects you, gives you a little bit of defense, and then you're able to unleash your schemes against your opponents, which kind of explains it here with that schemes. Oh, and hey, look at my quote. Age of Rome was a delightful experience that I kept wanting to come back to again and again. This is true. In my industry, in the fact that we're making content creation for people, we got to play a lot of games. We're constantly needing to churn games. So it's rare we have the opportunity to play a prototype multiple times. And this was a game that I literally had on my mind, and I wanted to keep playing it over and over again. And I thought that was important to talk about because it was a fun game that I wanted to keep going to. I had such a great time playing it. And so there we go. I think that's stand by this quote. So what's in the box? Let's talk about it. What are we getting with our initial pledge? I also have an unboxing video on this. If you haven't seen the unboxing video, I'd recommend checking that out. Kind of goes through the entire component breakdown. And from what I can gather, my unboxing video was fairly close to what you would get at retail. So we have the board here with the spinning board. These are 2 separate boards. So this is a standalone board with a bottom board here. You've got the box insert. This is with the deluxe version. And then we have the acrylic tiles, which has the different territory levels as well as the building types. So we have levels 1, 2, and 3 for all 5 building structure types. Now you'll notice that there's a little lock symbol here. That means there's additional potential stretch goals in waiting if they get there, and how many are per each one. So there's 1 hidden stretch goal available regarding building tiles. Such as player boards, we have dual layer boards have been unlocked. There are 3 more unlocks regarding player boards. Could be characters. I don't know what it could be, obviously because they're hidden. But I do know that means that there are 3 left regarding player boards that could potentially be unlocked. So when you're going through this, checking out all the different available components as well as stretch goals available, there's a lot that could be unlocked that makes this a truly unique deluxe experience. And that will come up with the evaluation of this game in terms of, is this worth backing and at what level? Is how deluxeified does this game get at the end of the day? We have our meeples for our legionnaires, our followers, and our senates. You'll notice that these are basic right now. I do believe they plan on screen printing. If you were to go to this video here and kind of go forward a little bit, you can see that the meeples here in the video are screen printed. So I'm assuming that is something they plan on doing. But again, that is how funding works in Kickstarter. You have to reach certain tiers to make at scale things cheaper, and that's what they need, some additional funding to get those screen printed. So I'm assuming that's what this lock is screen printing these guys up. So let's go ahead and scroll down to the pledge levels and take a look at what we have, because there are currently 2 pledge levels. We have the Senator Pledge at 70 euros. We'll always round up and make it easy. Gives you the base game for Age of Rome with the Kickstarter exclusive edition. All unlock stretch goals as well as any campaign add-ons if you'd like to add it to that. They say it's going to be a $23 value from what this might be at retail. And then we have the Emperor Pledge at 99 euros, 100 euros. This one also comes with add-ons put into it, which are the coins, the sleeves, and the deluxe trays. If you choose to do the math down here, you can see that the metal coins, they're valuing at 28 euros. The sleeves at 5 euros and the deluxe tray at 16 euros. So you can equate that and say, is this, in your opinion, worth to get one or the other and get them included? Obviously, I think the Emperor Pledge is well worth it. So let's talk about the value. Is this going to be something that's going to retain its value? Is this going to be something that if you're buying this, are you taking a shot in the dark? Is this something that could help? I think the game overall is a fun experience, and I think a lot of people would enjoy the mechanics of Age of Rome. I think it's a good medium weight game with a little bit of legs underneath it. If you buy this and you're unsure if it's for you, I am unsure of right now how much this can maintain its value when you include shipping with that. unless we get a lot more deluxe upgrades. So I talked about that up here when we were looking at all these unlocks. It really depends on what the overall picture in terms of the value of this game is going to be, in terms of what Kickstarter exclusives they're offering, in terms of what are we getting that is beyond what you might get at a retail level. That is what really will set this apart. And from what I can gather, they're not really talking about exclusives right now. They're just saying we have a core copy and a deluxe copy. So whenever you have an exclusive, obviously it will give you more bang for your buck. So currently I'm not seeing that, but they are bundling at least at a good price up front on the Kickstarter. And then what they're probably planning on charging would be probably within 120 or 140 on their web store. So let's go on down to shipping and talk about shipping here real quick. Oh, this is the deluxe add-on for the deluxe tray. I really like the way they've shown this in terms of what their initial interpretation is going to be and how this is going to be set up. I think it looks great. Super impressive. The thing I love the most is this tray here for the acrylic tiles. Right now, you kind of lay your tiles out as you play. If there is a way to have them kind of stored in this system, and you can even play with them that way to make them kind of clean and organized, I think that would be something I would love to do for quality of life improvements. So we have, who are these guys? I've never seen these guys. Board Game Burger. Let's see what they said. Age of Rome is a fresh take on an often used mechanic worker placement. This is combined with an area majority set collection. That's true. We didn't talk about that. And the super cool twist map deformation. Interesting use of words. This provides an interesting balance of tension. I think this is a good quote. So good on you, Rachel and Ark. I think this is a very good use. You talk about things we haven't mentioned before, the set collection. That's what some of the trade cards that you can get, which are cards that have a power that you can play for their ability, or you can give them, you can save them and add them to your set collection for end of game scoring, which is again another avenue for winning the game. So we're going to scroll down here to take a look at shipping. Also, I should note there's also a ton of content creators. If you want to look at any of these people in terms of what could give you an opinion or preview, playthroughs, there are so many people on this campaign providing support for them. Truly an incredible kind of collaboration. There's my beautiful face. So there you go. But let's go on down to shipping. Right now, shipping for U.S. backers is 14 to 19 euros. I would always tell people to conservatively look at 19 euros to 20 euros because in the shipping crisis, you never know what's going to happen. Things are super weird right now. So plan on 20 euros. And then the final thing we need to talk about, because it's super important to talk about, is VAT. VAT is a thing that European backers generally, there are some people I believe in South America as well, that have to pay a VAT tax, and that is up to 25% in some regions, on average around 20 to 21, and that's an additional tax you pay. Generally, almost always, you have to pay that on pledges, but sometimes they bundle it in with the campaign or charge it themselves and pay it for you. So they are saying that they are going to be covering this for you, and you will not have to pay any additional VAT tax. So if you're a person that supports that, these are the kind of campaigns you need to support. Make sure you're aware of that, because this is kind of the way Kickstarter has been going lately. Is VAT has been a very big tipping point for a lot of people. So I want to make sure you are aware of where VAT is and what's going on. So I'm going to go ahead and cut back to my head, and we're going to give you some of my final opinions on this campaign, so you guys can make a decision of whether this game is for you or not. Age of Rome was a delightful experience. I really enjoyed it. I definitely would say it's a medium to entry level. It's like Gateway Plus type game is where I'd place this at. Gateway Plus medium weight. I think it's a good little fit. I love the art. I think it's a great little addition to my collection. But I do question myself in terms of longevity of how long it could be in my collection long term, and that's mostly based on the way the player mats play out. I do get nervous that over time, how often are the asymmetrical powers that the characters have, will they dictate your play style? Are you always, if you're playing the guy that's a senator, are you always going to be trying to go for politics, or do you have some additional paths? Now, the game does give us avenues by giving us end of game scoring cards at the beginning of the game to kind of give us an idea of a direction that we can go. Plus, your opponents are playing and they're affecting the board, and maybe you need to take a different route to win. So I have positive outlook that this is not going to be an issue, but I have noticed that with my initial plays, it has been guided towards what my leader is generally naturally good at, kind of influences the direction that I want to start. So if the game has legs, I'd like to be able to make sure it can make it past, 5 to 6 plays, feeling fresh and feeling excited. At that point, I'll feel pretty good with it. But right now, that's the only hesitation I have. Otherwise, the game is a ton of fun, and I would recommend anyone to get it. I am currently backing right now, plan on getting the Emperor Pledge, and we're also going to talk about the Emperor Pledge in a giveaway. We have also reached out to the publisher and asked them if they would support our community with a giveaway, and they said yes. So if you are interested in getting entered into the giveaway for the Emperor Pledge for Age of Rome, you must be publicly subscribed to this channel. So make sure you hit the subscribe button and you set your subscriptions to public so we can verify it. You like this video and you leave a comment down below telling me what you like or don't like about this game with hashtag Age of Rome. Be honest with your comments. I'd love to read them. Once all 3 of those done, you will also, if you are the winner, this is important. If you're the winner, you will have to back the pledge at €1 to be entered into the pledge manager, and then the publisher will credit your pledge manager account through GameFound with the funds to pay for your shipping as well as your pledge level. So that is a way for you to get this game for free. So if that sounds great, please leave a comment down below with all those details. Thank you guys. We'll pick a winner with 2 days left in the campaign. So make sure you watch the channel for that winner, and I will reply to the comment that wins so I can get to all your detailed information. And then from there, Patreon people, you are automatically entered as well with your bonus entries, but please leave your hashtags down below as well. So that's it. I'm going to go and wrap this up. I appreciate everyone for watching the show, staying till the end. I know it's a long video, so I thank you. I'll talk to you all soon. Peace out.
That work? You good? All right.
Look how good you did.
Oh yeah, I'm a natural.